For around $1,000, you can walk out of any big box store with one of the most popular electric ranges in America. Sleek glass top, a touch panel that glows blue, thousands of 5-star reviews. Odds are it is a Samsung, and there is a very real chance the exact model you just carried home was part of a recall that covered more than 1 million ranges after they started catching fire. In August of 2024, Samsung recalled roughly 1.1 million slide-in electric ranges. The knobs on the front turned on from nothing more than a hip brushing past or a dog putting its paws up on the door. The Federal Safety Commission tied those ranges to about 250 fires, roughly 40 injuries, and 7 fires where a family pet did not make it out. Samsung's fix was not a new range. It was a set of plastic knob covers mailed to your house. Here is the part nobody says out loud in the appliance aisle. Samsung still wins award after award for customer satisfaction. People love how these ranges look and feel on day one. But satisfaction and reliability are two completely different things, and the people who actually repair these machines for a living will tell you the quiet part. When a Samsung control board fails, and they fail, the replacement can sit on back order for weeks or months, and a lot of technicians simply will not take the job. One of the most respected repair data outfits in the country, a Boston dealer that logs more than 33,000 real service calls every year, does not even sell Samsung anymore. Think about what that means. When the people whose entire business is fixing appliances decide a brand is not worth carrying, that is the most honest review you will ever get, and it points straight at the real problem with modern ranges. It is not the metal. A steel box with burners has not fundamentally changed in 50 years. What changed is everything they bolted on top of it. Wi-Fi, touchscreens, air fry modes, double ovens run by a single computer. Every one of those features is another circuit board, another sensor, another thing to fail. The numbers back it up cold. Appliances with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth average 87 problems for every 100 units. The ones without average 63. You are not paying extra for reliability. You are paying extra for more things that can break. So that is what this video is really about. 8 range brands that owner, data, and repair techs say to walk past, and 3 that, by the numbers, almost never break. If this is the kind of thing nobody tells you before you hand over your money, subscribe, because breaking down what the store floor will not is the entire reason this channel exists. Samsung is brand number 1, and we have already made the case. Beautiful, affordable, wildly popular, sitting on top of a 1 million unit fire recall with a repair network that gives up when the board dies. Worth knowing these ranges are built in Thailand and sold here for somewhere between $1,200 and $3,000. You are paying for the styling. You are not paying for the years. Brand number 2 is the one people argue about, and I want to be straight with you about why. LG. On paper, LG looks good. Some reliability surveys give it strong marks, and its first-year service numbers are genuinely low. But here is the split that matters. The numbers say one thing, and the technicians who fix them say another. In a survey of 9 independent repair companies, LG was one of the 2 brands they warned against most, right beside Samsung, and the reason was identical. When the control board goes, parts are slow and the repair is miserable. And in February of 2025, LG ran its own recall around 500,000 electric ranges. The same front knob fire problem tied to dozens of fires and 3 more pet deaths. If you love an LG, go in with your eyes open. It is not that it breaks constantly. It is that when it does, you might be the one waiting 2 months for a part. Brand number 3 is Frigidaire, and this one is a trap because the price looks so friendly. Frigidaire sounds like an all-American name. It has not been American-owned since 1986. It belongs to Electrolux of Sweden, and in Consumer Reports testing, Frigidaire and its Electrolux badged gas ranges land at the very bottom of the rankings and are flatly not recommended. I will be fair. Frigidaire's electric ranges actually test better, so this is not a total wipeout. But the owner satisfaction scores are dismal. The gas ranges are a real problem, and owners routinely describe waiting months for back-ordered parts. A cheap sticker price is not a deal if the machine spends a whole season waiting on a circuit board. Brand number 4 barely exists as a manufacturer at all. Kenmore. For generations, Kenmore was the Sears house brand, and here is what most people never realized. Kenmore has never built a single appliance. Not one. It is a name stuck on machines made by other companies. With Sears essentially gone, that name now belongs to a holding company, and the ranges are orphans. No factory of their own, no dedicated service network, and a real question mark over whether you will even be able to get parts a few years down the road. A range is only as good as your ability to fix it. Kenmore fails that test before the first burner ever lights. Brand number 5 is really an entire category. The cheap pro-style imports. You have seen them. Big commercial-looking ranges with heavy knobs and Italian-sounding names for $2,000. Brands like Hisense on the budget end, and a whole wave of lookalikes like Z-Line and Thor. Some of them actually cook well, and I will give them that. But you are buying the face of a professional range without the one thing that makes a professional range worth owning, which is a service network behind it. When one of these breaks, you may find there is no technician within 100 miles trained on it, and no warehouse that stocks the part. At least one of them has already been through a gas range recall. You are buying the look of a restaurant kitchen and the support of a website. Brand number 6 is going to surprise people because it is a brand I actually respect for other things. Bosch. Bosch makes some of the best dishwashers on earth and genuinely elite induction cooktops. But that halo does not carry over to Bosch ranges. Their range volume is so low that the same repair data house I mentioned earlier could not even keep them in its range rankings, and Consumer Reports scores Bosch gas ranges near the bottom of the pack. The lesson here is simple, and it is worth carrying into every aisle in the store. A brand being excellent at one product tells you almost nothing about the product sitting next to it on the shelf. Buy the Bosch dishwasher. Think twice about the Bosch range. Brand number 7 is where the money gets serious and the disappointment gets expensive. Viking. This is the big stainless statement piece. $4,000 and up, the range that is supposed to announce that you have arrived. And it carries one of the worst reliability records of any appliance brand Consumer Reports tracks, near the very bottom of every brand they score. They once slapped a $5,000 Viking with a do not buy warning after a wiring connector melted during the self-clean cycle. And notice, Viking is owned by an American company and built in Mississippi, so this is not a foreign versus domestic story. It is simpler and harsher than that. You can spend luxury money and take home one of the least dependable ranges on the market. Price is not proof. Brand number 8 is the one almost nobody recognizes, and it is the perfect way to end the list, because it ties a bow on the whole thing. Dacor, high-end, pro-style, and dead last in Consumer Reports' reliability ranking for the entire premium category. And here is the twist. Dacor is owned by Samsung, so the brand sitting at the very bottom of the luxury list is quietly run by the same company that opened this video with a 1,000,000-unit fire recall. The circle closes exactly where it began. So who actually builds a range that lasts? 3 brands, and the pattern behind all 3 is the same. Fewer gimmicks, simpler machines, and a real army of people who can fix them. The first is GE, and the data on GE is not even close. That same 33,000 call repair dataset puts GE's basic gas range at a 4.8% first-year service rate, the lowest of anything they track. Consumer Reports calls GE the only gas range brand to earn its top-tier reliability rating, and in J.D. Power's brand new 2025 reliability study, GE finished number 1 for reliability and number 1 for service experience. Now, a myth buster, because it matters. GE Appliances is actually owned by Haier of China and has been since 2016, but the machines are still designed and largely built in Louisville, Kentucky. And here is the single fact that proves this entire video. A basic GE runs about $1,200 and is rock solid. GE's fancier cafe line, loaded with screens and features, costs nearly 3 times as much and breaks more than twice as often. It is not the badge that fails you, it is the features. The second is Whirlpool, and this is the one for people who want American steel under their hands. Whirlpool is the last major kitchen and laundry appliance company still American-owned and building in American plants. Its ranges roll out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and out of Ohio and Tennessee, and the company says roughly 80% of what it sells here is made here. Independent repair techs love it for a wonderfully boring reason. It is mechanically simple, the parts are everywhere, and almost any technician can fix it fast. its first-year service rates sit right down at the bottom of the chart, exactly where you want them. A Whirlpool will not dazzle you in the showroom. It will just quietly work for 15 years while your neighbor is still waiting on a Samsung control board. The third is Thermador, and I am putting it here on purpose as the direct answer to Viking, because you absolutely can buy a reliable premium range. It just is not the one with the loudest name. Thermador is built in the United States, in North Carolina, and in Tennessee. And when those same repair companies were asked which luxury brand they actually trust, Thermador was the name that kept coming up, praised for genuinely strict manufacturing standards. Yes, it is a $5,000 range. But unlike the others at that price, the reliability is real. If you are going to spend pro-style money, spend it on the one the repair techs respect, not the one the magazine ads do. So there it is. 8 brands the data tells you to walk past. Samsung and LG for the fire recalls and the repairs nobody wants to do. Frigidaire for the bottom of the rankings. Kenmore for having no home at all. The cheap imports for having no one to fix them. Bosch for a range that never lived up to its own dishwashers. Viking for spending luxury money on the least dependable machine in the room. And D'accord, secretly Samsung, sitting at the very bottom. And 3 that, by every number we have, simply do not break. GE for the best value and the hardest data. Whirlpool for American steel and a technician on every corner. And Thermador for the buyer who wants premium done right. The next time you are standing in that aisle, remember the 2 questions the salesperson will never ask you. Not which one looks best, how often does it break, and who is going to fix it. Answer those 2 and you will never buy the wrong range again. If this saved you from an expensive mistake, do one thing before you go: subscribe. Because breaking down what the showroom will not tell you is exactly what this channel does, one aisle at a time.